Hey guys, welcome to Restoke. My name's David, and in this video, I'll be taking you through a bit of an overview as to what Restoke does, and by the end, you'll be a Restoke Pro. Restoke is built on best practice and real-world experience in hospitality. It's really easy to use, and once you start rolling with it, you'll wonder how you ever worked without it. Every day, staff members are assigned tasks, and Restoke delegates, tracks, and reports in real time to make sure the entire team is in sync and functioning as well as they should be. We set out from the beginning to make this an inclusive platform. It isn't just for the managers to use, but involves each and every member of your team, which is a big part of how the automation works so well. All right, let's get into it. What we've got here is the Restoke MyDay app. This is a space where staff will interact with the platform and gives them an overview of what they should be doing. This is where the tasks will appear, and each user will only receive tasks that are relevant for them and their department, and only at the time they've been scheduled. We've split them into 4 categories to make it even easier. That's procedures, preps, orders, and receiving. Starting at the top, we've got procedures and compliance items. For example, here we've got restaurant closing procedure, front of house temperature log, and end of day report. These tasks are easily set up once in the back end, and then they're fully automated to appear at the time of your choosing, on the days that you choose. Users have found that being able to track who's done what and having these tasks completed gives team members a high level of accountability and allows the managers full visibility of the tasks as they're done. If we go into the first one, restaurant closing, you'll see there are processes to be completed with the tick. There's also text answer questions, photo answers, and number value, which I'll get into in a sec. All of these are fully customizable, so it's relevant to your restaurant. You may have noticed the exclamation mark next to the ticks. That's in case there was an issue to report, which you can add a description and photo for as well. As you can see, some of these have already been completed. Whether it was done by one staff member or another, these stay saved until it's submitted at the end. In case someone starts a task but doesn't complete it and another team member needs to finish it off, they can easily pick up where the last person left it. Next up is the front of house fridge temperature log, which falls into compliance. Here we can see the number value we mentioned earlier, and as you can see, there's an issue here with the temperature of this fridge. It's outside the permitted range. We've designed each of these tasks so they function in the same way, so it's easier to set up and adjust if needs be. I just want to give a quick mention of the end of day report as well. This one is open to all team members so that they can add in any notes as the day goes by. The taking section is only seen by management, and in the back end you can add what percentage different forms of payment are reduced by, so you get a true reflection of your actual takings. One of the great benefits of using Restoke is that not only do your seasoned staff get more accountability and direction, but training new staff is a breeze. We really wanted to make it easier for restaurants to bring on new staff when they grow without having to outlay heaps of time and money on training. Let's move on to orders and inventory. The Restoke ordering system is built to be fully automated, and to take the pressure off managers, we've designed it so it can be delegated to any level of staff in the business within the relevant department. The workflow in placing orders is based on best practices, which is to first check what we have on hand, then order your par levels for that specific day. Restoke's ordering system is cleverly designed as part of a feedback loop within the platform. The ordering system feeds pricing data into prep recipes and dish recipes, which in turn supplies the data for our powerful live food costing feature. We'll talk about the live food costing feature a bit later on. There are 3 ways the orders can be set up: scheduled orders, standing orders, and immediate orders. Scheduled orders are the most commonly used workflow in Restoke due to the high level of automation. The idea is you set up your order schedule once, and it's then delegated to the relevant department. For scheduled orders, they only appear in MyDay for the time they are scheduled, because you might not want staff placing an order first thing in the morning before you run service and go through produce. Again, we're going for automated and easy. Let's just jump in and have a look at an order we've scheduled for today. So this is a scheduled order for Coco's Fruit and Veg. Pretty self-explanatory what they supply. And as you can see, there's a list of all the items this supplier stocks. This is what we call the basket. First step is to do a stock check and input how much of each item we have on hand. And as you can see before, someone has already started this one, and I'm going to finish it off for them. After completing the stock check, Restoke will bring up the ordering page. This is where Restoke will suggest what you should order. This is based on the par levels you've set for this day in your ordering schedule, minus what you already have on hand. And as you can see, it's still adjustable because Restoke only suggests what you should order, and you might know that you've got a catering function this week or something else which you need to order more of some items for. When you're happy with the order, it can be sent directly from the app. If the staff member placing the order doesn't have the authorization to place an order, this will then go through to the manager who can approve it and send it. It's as easy as that. Once an order is sent out, it moves into the receiving section, so that whoever is on shift in that department when it arrives knows what to expect. The receiving section is also where we close off the loop and where any changes to supply pricing feeds back into the app. We've incorporated a nifty optical character reader, or OCR, into the design so that when the order comes in, you can scan the invoice directly into the app. Restoke will recognize the characters on the page and check that the numbers match what's in the system. That's how much of each item was ordered and also the pricing. You'll never have a credit note or invoice go missing, as they're all stored in the app for easy reference and access. And the OCR is another element that allows us to provide live food costing updates. One more important part of the receiving is the mark and issue button. This is used to start a dialogue with the supplier to report and resolve any issues with your delivery. If you want to learn how to set up ordering, check out our ordering setup video. Now we'll move into preps. This section is a very powerful tool for head chefs and business owners that want to always be on top of prep and inventory. Just like the previous sections, preps is designed with the same workflow. We check what's on hand and then we see what needs to be done. This way your preps are set to par levels and completed based on what's actually happening in your restaurant. Your preps will also draw data from your prep recipes so that the staff member has all the information they need to complete the prep the right way. We've found that setting up and using preps and recipes dramatically reduces friction between staff members in the kitchen, as it makes everyone accountable to the tasks delegated to their department. This is because Restoke logs who has done what and at what time they completed the task. And if someone doesn't complete a task on time, the manager will be notified immediately, if you want to be, of course. We've found staff members using Restoke tend to complete preps on time and properly, more often than not, and at the correct levels, keeping costs where they should be. And just like procedures, this is a great tool to get new staff trained and up to speed with their role, clearly and smoothly. If you want to learn how to set up preps and recipes, there's another video for that. Let's talk about live food costing and how it works instead. The way I like to describe the live food costing feature is like having a tiny digital full-time chef running around and updating you the moment the cost of your chicken parma or Hawaiian pizza is becoming a bit too expensive for what you sell it for, but without having to hire another full-time chef. How it works is, remember that OCR we spoke about back in receiving? Well, when an order comes in, the OCR scans the details on the invoice to check that the price of the items you received is the same as what's in Restoke. If there's a change, the manager is notified and can choose to update the pricing in the system to the new price. This change is reflected in your purchasing basket, prep recipes, and your menu items. And if any of those items pushes the price of a dish outside its pricing limits, you'll be notified. See? Just like a tiny digital chef. Restoke was designed to delegate all these tasks that previously could only be done by a manager to any department or employee with full visibility and accountability, so that owners and managers could be freed up to actually run their business and do what they need to do. Restoke, your restaurant, your rules.